The differentiator between developed and non-developed countries is infrastructure. People think, oh, water just comes out of a tap. CRIDF is part of getting all that water from its natural state in a river or somewhere else, create a dam, build pipelines, put in pumps, treat that water, make it available for both human and socio-economic activities, industry, and all the rest of it.
CRIDF itself aims at building a climate-resilient culture for SADC for infrastructure development through demonstrating best practices.
Climate change is making water availability, both in time and in between places, variable. It is no longer something that you just take for granted that water will always be there when you need it.
Drought as an hazard, it has really impacted livelihood of people because it is dry now, there's no water, even the river is dry.
Boreholes were actually drying up during dry season.
People used to get sick exactly here because they had no clean water.
I think really the hazards are so many because we are even now challenged by climate change. Knowing that really these are rural communities that depend on natural resources. The natural resources has now changed their patterns of existence.
You will see the footprints of CRIDF in 12 SADC member states, mainland states, in 10 river basins, and there has also been a lot of stakeholder engagement at different levels.
In everything CRIDF does, we aim to support a community as a whole. And that means understanding what each member within a community needs from a water resources and infrastructure perspective. It needs to consider the needs of male and female community members, as well as girls and boys and other vulnerable groups like the elderly and the chronically ill. Which means we have to speak to a range of individuals within a community to better understand their needs and design projects that respond to those.
Thought leadership, project preparation, and project implementation. That's what CRIDF has been focusing on.
What CRIDF does is to try and bring together the money that is available from other financiers and plan the water development infrastructure to ensure that both human, industrial needs, agricultural needs for water are met both today and in the long term.
CRIDF has also been mobilizing financing, and they have been looking at a number of innovative financing sources. These include, amongst others, endowment funds, climate financing, and in some cases, project-specific funds.
Our approach to financing climate-resilient water infrastructure includes 1, working all along the project cycle, 2, engaging with potential funders early on in the project cycle to secure their buy-in and to also ensure that their project meets with their requirements, 3, fully capturing the climate, pro-poor and transboundary impacts of projects to attract new sources of finance, such as from impact investors, the private sector and climate finance. 4, we also design and apply innovative financing solutions to maximize investment in water infrastructure in Southern African countries. And 5, CRIDF supports some project aspects financially and attracts other investors. In this way, we leverage relatively small amounts to crowd in larger investments.
And we have seen this project in a number of countries, for instance, Angola, Botswana, Malawi, Mozambique, Tanzania, Zambia, Zimbabwe, to name but a few.
Seeing the impact on people's lives is a very humbling experience. And I would even say sometimes you need to have been poor before to know the change that these kind of things make in people's lives. Because from poverty to a life where you feel, now I can afford to marry, I can afford to buy a car, I can afford to build a house, it's just unimaginable, this kind of changes.
The change of running our restaurant is that we get water easily, faster, and the water is clean for our customers.
Because of this kiosk, my life is changed, because nowadays I manage to do what I want in my life, like buying my materials, clothes, even eating the food that I want.
I'm able to look after my children all by myself and able to look after myself all by myself.
The social status of an individual has been uplifted because of that. So we are seeing people being dignified.
This water inside the house, it has really changed us. We can bath, we can go to the shower, we can wash our dishes. I can even use this water for drinking. Direct from the tap, I drink this water.
Life changed when that facility came to us. We use now to go to toilet, good toilet. We go and take a shower anytime.
By putting this infrastructure in place, my dream will be SADC region will be developed, and not only being developed, people generally become wealthier, and in their wealth they become more educated, they can make better choices in life, and life becomes fair to all of us.
We are so happy by helping us to give this water. So keep helping us and maintain that water for us, that we should not have any problem again.
It's good water, very good water.